Hello, Libra. Welcome to Eight of Cups Tarot and welcome to your cards for March. I apologize. I know the lighting is kind of weird, but it's early in the morning. The sun is kind of coming in and out of this window and I cannot bring myself to close the curtains. It's just so nice to have the sun, guys. So unfortunately, it might be kind of hard. I'll lift the cards up to help you see, but I do apologize. Guys, March. We're probably in the calmest month of the year, and so I urge you to take advantage of it. I urge you to rest. Pisces season is a time of releasing and letting go, and there's a lot of mental activity for you. There's a lot of really mental houses are getting lit up, and we're still activated in that full moon energy in your 12th house, which could make you feel pretty sleepy. So there seems to be two alternatives this month. Either be really, really in your head or find a way to operate in a softer place. Learning to operate from your higher self is probably a good idea. Now, what does that mean? It means listening to your intuition. It means tuning into the signs that the universe delivers to you. You know, if you get an urge to like not go to work one day, or, you know, don't take that certain path to work, you know, listen, take those things seriously. Be vigilant and open in your surroundings. Listen to your coworkers and your friends and the conversations around you and the things in your immediate environment. Super important right now. So big emphasis this month on you as we're moving into a full moon in your sign at the end of the month. There's going to be an emphasis coming up on relationships. So Pisces season is kind of the calm before the things are dealt with. Now, according to these cards, it looks like things might surface this month, and the way you handle them this month will kind of dictate how next month goes for you. Now, we have Saturn and Jupiter in your 5th house, making a square to your 8th house. And this is going to be a repeated theme all year. 5th house is your passion, your desire, your hobbies, your recreations, and your fun, the things that you really love. And the 8th house is the finances to support it. Now, if you're trying to turn a hobby into a way to make money, this could really happen this year, but it's going to take work. We're breaking down walls, we're breaking down glass ceilings, right, to get these things done, breaking new ground, and that's what Uranus does. So it's not going to be the easiest with Saturn there. Like, there's not going to be shortcuts. The universe is not going to make it easy. You're going to have to kind of prove your commitment and your passion to it. When you do, it will all happen. It will all flow. But we also have Mars moving into the 9th house along with the North Node. This is an area of expansion in your life. And because Mars is there, and this is such a mental place, there could be a lot of chaos. There could be a lot of choices, things coming at you. And it's important to utilize that Mars energy along with the Pisces energy. Otherwise, it'll be too much. And we have to kind of ease into it, because when the Sun and Venus all move into your 7th house, into Chiron, and Mars is still near the end of 9th house Gemini, meeting up with that North Node, that's when things really start to move. April is, you know, I said March and April are nice months. March is a sleepy month. April is a holy shit, the train has left the station. You know, if there's any indication of how this year is going to go, there's a pause this month, and then the chariot takes off. It's really important to understand that, you know, and it's really important to not push anything this month. Don't try to dictate the direction of things. Certainly don't try to control other people at this time. It's best to kind of be an observer. Let things unfold in front of you. Now, the card of your energy this month is that of the 10th house. And again, this is another Saturnian card, and when I see it, I always know 34 breaks down to a 7, which is a card of adjustments needed, and the 10th house represents your destiny and your path. I know that you're future oriented. When I see the 10th house, I know that your thoughts are on the future. What am I going to become? Am I ready? And this could unfold in like, where do you want to go away to school? What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do when you retire? What do you want to do with this business you built? It could be 100 million different things, but it all revolves around what's next. And your environment is that of the Four of Wands. This tells me that you are being supported, whether you realize it or not. And I think throughout the month, you may not understand how supported you are or how much you have to be grateful for. The Four of Wands is always a card of celebration to me. In some of the cards it depicts a wedding, and I think about the energy around the wedding, and people tend to be very grateful that they have someone to share their life with, grateful that they're looking forward to their future. And so there's a hopefulness that comes with this Four of Wands. Now the thing is, with all of this energy in your 6th house, Sun, Venus, Neptune, and a new moon on the 13th, this Four of Wands coming out might kind of be an illusion of some kind. Maybe it's this feeling like everything's just going to come together. Everything's going to be okay. I have a very stable environment around me. You think about the 4 legs of a table, much like the Four of Wands, there's steady support. And maybe the questions are revolving around whether you have the right support around you or not. Now this first row of cards, we have the 6 of Coins, the High Priestess, and the Tower. A lot of people getting the Tower the first week, or the first row of cards. I'm not sure if that's representing that full moon in Virgo, which represents change. It was trining Uranus, so that's like the ability to invite change into our lives. It's a beautiful energy. And I don't feel like this Tower card is really all that bad. I look at the 6 of Coins, and I'm wondering if this is your energy, feeling as though you are providing so much. You look, and this woman is breastfeeding 2 children. Ironically enough, 2 children that, if you look closely enough, they seem to be of different ethnicities, which tells me that you are giving to your own as well as to others. Now, I don't see resentment around this. I don't see any kind of heaviness, like, oh, I'm doing too much, or just generally that resentment. I feel as though you are in a caretaking position. You are providing for a lot of other people. Now, you might own a business, you might be starting your own business. Maybe you just have family members that you're supporting at this time. There's an element of change coming in the way that you provide for others. Now, the High Priestess in the center tells me that you may be sensing something. You might be sensing a change. Maybe this is a change within your circumstance, change within your partnerships. But I'm not picking up like a really dreadful vibe from this Tower. I almost feel, for some of my Libras, because of this High Priestess in this position, that this was a release. There's a sense here of there's a lot of people depending on me, and you asking for help. And I'm not particularly sure you're asking from a certain person. Maybe you could be applying for loans of some kind. You may be putting in applications, or, working with other people, maybe even collaborating with other people on projects or hobbies or selling something. 6 of Pentacles often represents paying other people or employees. And the High Priestess is always representing something that's coming to light. There's secrets below the surface. There's the knowing that something is going on or that things are changing, the circumstances are changing, but not really having any actual proof. Now, this is where this Mars North Node in your 9th house could be kind of a pain in the ass. So I'm warning you now, like, do not jump to conclusions. Observe and allow things to unfold this month, okay? If there is any indication that you're feeling like you don't trust a situation or another person, maybe you're having issues with a partner or a business partner or something, maybe you have concern over, where the money's going, how are we paying the bills, blah, 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 blah. Don't jump to conclusions, because you could feel panicky that Mars and the North Node, there could be a sense of like overbearing control. I don't think that's going to happen for most of you, because this High Priestess is kind of like the soft Pisces vibe that says, no, hold on, let's just pray, and I know that sounds weird, but there's a lot of people that could go through life and just, you see a tough situation and you just say, I give this to God and I pray that you show me what to do. And with that, the answers come, and that is the Tower. Now, because the Tower comes out underneath this Two of Cups, it feels like a soft landing, meaning it feels like some of your prayers are really answered. Some of my Libras are really enforcing their relationships. Page of Cups underneath the Six of Coins. I'm just so confused, because it feels like a humbling. It feels like, the Six of Wands directly in the center of the reading, kind of it's in reverse, meaning that there's more of it's not about conquering the circumstances right now. It's about releasing your ego attachment to things. If there's anywhere that you feel the need to be right or to prove your point, now is the time to let that all go. I'm just so drawn to the center here. The Priestess, the Six of Wands in reverse, and the Hermit card. It's probably time to pull your energy back in. If you've been very outward with your opinions, if you've been very involved with your partners, if there's people in your life where you're giving a lot of advice to or taking care of a lot of things for, that might have to come to an end this month. And it really indicates, your energy indicates how that's going to go. The thing is, there's a lot of things happening, karmic cycles ending. When we have Pisces season, it's the ending of cycles. It's the end of the astrological year. So we all thought that the new year starts in 2021 in January, but really astrologically it starts on March 20th. It starts when the sun ingresses into Aries. So if you can look at the year kind of this way, and we're kind of limping across the ground still, like I said, April's going to feel a lot different. You're going to feel those breakthroughs. But right now there's a release. And because you are releasing your ego, your pride, your need to be right, your need to control the outcome so that you come out looking good, that you are respected, I don't think you're attached to that so much anymore. And there might be some things that you're doing in your life, Libra, that you don't really like anymore. I mean, the truth is, maybe some of you, the Six of Cups represents your job or your co-workers. And when I see the Page of Cups here, I feel like, You're just over it. You know, you're not really investing a lot in this Six of Coins energy. And because the Priestess is here, you seem to be looking for something more. Now, if you're in a relationship and it feels kind of very surface level, kind of shallow, maybe you're kind of just hanging there for financial assistance, or, you know, and I don't see like anybody taking advantage of anyone. The Six of Coins just indicates that maybe you are being supported by someone at this time, and yet you're not really all that emotionally devoted. And because the Ace of Wands here, there might be an ability to change that. You know, the Ace of Wands is always like a renewal energy. It's like something new coming in. And I love the way the Ace of Wands is in this corner, the Tower is in this corner, and here you are, Six of Wands in the beginning. These things are happening to allow you to give up. Now, I don't mean like give up on life. I mean give up on the ego, give up on controlling the situation, meaning the universe has a much better plan. If you're in relationships and you're trying to make them be one thing that they're never going to be, it's definitely not going to work out this month. And there's so much humbling coming from this. There might be some Libras that quite honestly have to say that other people are right. Might have to start taking advice or help from other people in some way. Now, this Page of Cups is also indicating to me a level of vulnerability. And we have a Page of Cups here with a fish coming out of this cup, and she's holding it upright. And then I look here to the left, and there's a woman holding, you know, the water bearer, full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you. This is all about the vulnerability. This is all about being you, being honest, being in relationships or in work environments that really nurture your being. And you might be, you know, the Six of Coins is kind of the stoic energy, like, no, I'm going to stay here, I'm going to do this thing, I owe these people. You know, it has a lot to do with devotion and loyalty. The Page of Cups is kind of you pretending like this situation is enough. The universe is asking you to be honest. And in order to be honest, Six of Wands in reverse, you have to drop this persona that you could do things on your own, that you don't need other people, that you don't require help. I've been telling a lot of people, and I've been seeing it in these readings, that if you are somebody who's gone through a lot of relationship drama or work drama or whatever it is, friendship drama, whatever, you know, we're all carrying all this baggage of all these bad experiences, and we allow these things to kind of frame our lives, right? Well, I got hurt by this person before, so I'm really never going to invest myself that way, or, you know, whatever your experience was. And I think we have to, and we're going to be forced to work through that stuff in 2021, especially with Uranus and Taurus. It's such a hard placement, and it's about the things that we value. And if we're putting more emphasis on, you know, the careers or the money or the status, the universe is going to remind us that that's not really what it's all about. You're going to see that play out in the economy. You're going to see that play out, obviously, throughout the collective. Money's not going to be what it's all about anymore. Now, obviously, because it's such a drive for all of us, it's not like in one short month the whole world's going to be like, oh yeah, it's not really cool to be rich anymore. It's certainly not going to happen that way. But when you have Mars in your 9th house, you can expect that certain ideas or certain values that you have are going to change pretty rapidly. And the thing is, underneath this Tower is this Two of Cups. And I'm just drawn to this whole thing here, this whole right side of the board, which is the Four of Wands, the Tower, the Two of Cups, and the Wise One, which is a Hierophant. This is all about partnership and commitment, this whole right side. And I'm wondering if the universe isn't going to kind of shove something your way to be like, see, I knew you wanted this, but you kind of had to let go of the way it was going to get to you so I could get it to you. Sometimes we invest in the wrong people, and sometimes we get this feeling like, oh my God, I'm about to meet the love of my life, right? Or, you know, I had a couple of people tell me, you know, they went to a psychic or had a reading, and somebody said, oh my God, you're about to meet the love of your life. And then the very next person they met, they're like, oh my God, are you you? Is it you? Is it you? And then you could jump to conclusions. I just started saying, don't jump to conclusions this month. Don't, you know, the universe will make it obvious. The signs will come. You're not going to miss what's meant for you. I promise you. The universe won't allow that to happen. So there's kind of this feeling like you've got to wait it out a little. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. You need to focus on what you truly want and desire and not the lack thereof it. I know that's tricky when we want something very, like, okay, I want a partner, I want a husband, I want a wife, I want a family life, you know, like, these are the things that I want now. Okay, well, you could kind of talk yourself into the idea that it's coming, you're open to it, and the universe will bring it to you, like that whole having faith, which I love, and I think that you are capable of it for sure. But then the other side of us, the logical side, the North Node, Mars, 9th house side, can be like super focused on the not having. And it could switch really quick between the inspiration, the aspiration of your dreams coming true, and the negative side, which is, this is never going to happen for me. Why is it taking so long? It's so obvious I don't have the things that I want right now. And you can kind of really change the element or the energy, and you could almost create a resistance to the thing that you truly want and desire. Super important to drop the ego. Super important to not try to control the situation. You know, this is a card of Leo, and when the 6 of Wands shows up in the upright, it's kind of like somebody swooping in and taking care of business. You know, like it's the soldier that comes back from war and is awarded for his bravery and his courage. And the 6 of Wands in reverse is kind of like thinking that nobody sees you. The feeling like you're not seen in a relationship. If you're in a relationship and it's not feeling so connected, you do have the power to change that this month. If you are in a relationship that's not healthy, you can get out of it and meet somebody new very quickly. It is very clear that the focus for the next few months is really going to be on your relationships. Your relationship with yourself first, and then your relationship with others. You will learn to trust through this process. Right next to this 2 of Cups, trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And I think this says, if you're somebody who's wanting a relationship, somebody who's actively looking for a partner, invest in the things that you really love and you'll meet them there. Follow your dreams and your aspirations and they will be there, because it's going to be someone that can really share the values and the things that you love. And underneath that, we have Frog Spirit, clear out the clutter, card number 28. 28 breaks down to a 10, meaning the end of the cycle, linking back up to this 10th house. Clear out the clutter. Release the ego. Release the need to know, release the need to be right, release all of that stuff. If you're in a relationship, allow yourself to connect to it. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. If you're not happy in a situation, get out of it. You can make a lot of progress this month by following your heart and your intuition. It's not a good month to get stuck in your head or to get really stuck in your ego. Just try to keep that in mind, Libra, as we go through the month. And it's important to pull back your energy on anybody that you feel is taking you for granted, okay? If anybody is taking advantage of you in any way, pull your energy back. You don't have to fight, you don't have to yell, you don't have to scream, you just simply be less available. If there are people that take advantage of you and you just start to do your own thing, the message will be very clear. And I think the ultimate message is that your desire for a different life has been heard. And if you follow the intuition, if you follow the signs that the universe is providing you, the change will occur naturally. And this change looks really beautiful. Like I said, for a lot of you, this can be within an existing relationship. For some of you, you're going to get out of a relationship and into another one. And this is in a relationship, it could be a job, okay? Whatever these situations are, the tone of it is going to soften beautifully. And this Hierophant here is all about the spiritual growth and the process. It's about your commitment to self. And when you can commit to yourself, then you can honor your commitments to others. This is a very psychological process this month, Libra. It's a really beautiful unfolding, and I'm very excited for what's going to come in April. I'm going to leave the message there. I do plan on coming back at some capacity mid-month for the lunations, and then I will be working on your April readings, guys. So I hope it's a wonderful month. You do enjoy. I love you so much. Thanks for listening. Bye.